Good afternoon, everybody. What's up, Wind? Welcome in. I think it's just me and you right now. So, hold on, let me do a thing. Nexus is down, I think. Hold on. No, it's back up. Okay, it was down for a second. So, I want to check something out. So we actually have two ebony blades. Because the guide uses both Zim's immersive artifacts and reliquary. But I believe Zims is only supposed to handle certain ones. Reliquary is supposed to handle all the rest. I believe, but obviously we've got two ebony blades, so that's... And what I'm going to do now is I just want to go to the webpage real quick. What's up, Paxi? Welcome in. Welcome, Win. Thank you for the shout out to Paxi. Much appreciated. New Vegas. Interesting. Interesting. I'm doing this, like, you guys can't see this, obviously, because you're locked into my game screen. Let me just go under Daedric Artifacts. I want to see which one. So, under Reliquary of Myth, Artifacts of Skyrim, the Ebony Blade absorbs the life essence of your foes, strengthened by the Blood of Deceit. Forward power attacks silence targets up to level 25 for 10 seconds. That's not all that useful. When fully powered, forward power attacks cost 500 points of charge and will prevent the caster from casting spells for the entire duration. When fully powered, it will automatically recharge itself when equipped. You can acquire a one-handed version, which we know we can already do that. Depending on your choice, during the Whispering Door, the decision you make is final. And you will not be able to choose again after the quest is completed. Alright, so I don't think... Yeah, the quest is completed. So, alright, so we've already chosen the one-handed option anyway, with both the blades. And then, of course, after killing 10 friends or allies with the blade, any further kills will double the magnitude of the Ebony Blade's enchantment for one real-time hour. So... Alright, hear me out. Reliquary does some things nice. Now, I've always been a fan of Zims. I always use Zims over Reliquary of Myth, with the exception of, I believe, the Necromancer's Amulet. I think it's the only time I ever put Reliquary in. Let me just make sure that that's accurate. It's under Miscellaneous Artifacts here. And I think the reason I do this... Yeah. The reason I choose Reliquary over Zims when I'm playing a Necromancer is because of this. Increases your magicka by 80. Summoned and raised undead deal 50% more attack damage and they regenerate health. You can increase your undead summon limit by 1. That is major. And your health and stamina regen 75% slower. Armor rating is increased to it says 210, but it means by 10, because the Necromancer's Amulet actually has an armor rating, which isn't all that much. Allied and summoned raised undead deal 50% more attack damage and slowly regenerate health. That's the only reason, because if you compare it with Zims for, what is it, artifacts. So we'll go under Daedric. Now this is under Zims for the Ebony Blade. So with Zims, which is what I think we're going to use, absorbs 25 points of health, strengthened by the Blood of Deceit. Enchantment capacity is 5,082, so it'd be 60 uses, and then we need to refresh it, which isn't all that much, but our main weapon's the bow. This is just secondary, so recharging isn't going to be a problem for us. Maybe we'll put Soul Trap on the dagger, because we don't have a enchantment on our dagger yet. So maybe we'll do that. When fully powered, damage increased to 24, crit damage to 12, and range to 1.3, equivalent to a Daedric Greatsword. Reduce the number of required friend kills to fully power from 10 to 5, so you only have to kill 5 things. Now benefits from two-handed perks and skills only, but I believe that's changed, because the Ebony Blade is... You have a one-handed option. It says see alternative sections. Can now be tempered to legendary with the Daedric perk. Requires an Ebony Ingot. Value increased to 15,360. Sounds have not been updated in line with You Sleep, as I believe the vanilla sounds work better. Okay. So, and then if I go to check the one with Reliquary, this would be under what? Daedric? Let me close this section out here. The Ebony Blade absorbs the life essence of your foes, strengthened by the blood of seed. Forward power. Okay, we already checked that. We already read it. So we're going to use the one from Zims for this, even though it has charge. Let me come back in the game here. I apologize about that. I had to check that out because we're technically not supposed to have two versions of the blade. Zims is supposed to handle one thing. Reliquary is supposed to handle something else, and that's it. So let's see here. Which is which? Absorbs a life essence. Alright, so I'm gonna have to do the whole drop and check thing again, because I do not know. Ebony Blade. Drop you.
Really, the nerve of some people leaving their trash wherever they please.
I hope nobody comes and picks this up. They're known to do that. So this blade here, this is Zims. Alright, so this is the one we're going to be using. So let me favorite this and equip this. So this absorbs 30 points of health, strengthened by the blood of deceit. Okay. Now it's also the damage of 17. Look at that. So we're going to have to smith it. I'm going to have to get ebony, because this is what I was afraid of. This one has the higher damage, but we're not going to be using it. Okay, so the lower damage is our blade, so let me just go in. We'll reset this to 1.
Lucky for you, that was just sitting there for the taking.
And I have to say, the Zims version does look nicer, I think. It's got...
Does Skyrim have any bookstores? Those were some of my favorites back home.
It's got the gold on it. It has a nice sheath. It is, very similar to our initial katana. Obviously, if I, you guys can see. But the Ebony Blade, by far, looks better. So, that's what we're going to be using. Now, let me get some food and drink. Yeah, probably in this menu, Magus, right? We have what's... What happened to my, Are they empty? What happened to my, water skins? What the hell? The value of the Reliquary Blade is ridiculous. Mr. B, welcome in. Well, I mean, they're both kind of high. Here's the Reliquary Blade. The one we're not using. It's 14,000. Zims is 14,110. They both increase the value. So all Daedric artifacts have high value. We saw it with Volendrung. Volendrung, I think, was something like 16 or 18,000 plus, maybe. When we get another Daedric artifact, I don't think I have any others on me. No, I don't. We'll have to check. But I don't believe... It's the Amulet of the Ebony Blade. Absorb health from everyone in melee range. Strengthened by the blood of deceit. Okay. Let's get our food. And then, if I check our quest, we have to... Alright, so we're waiting for a message from Rallis. They will send them here to the mainland. We have to return the horn to Arngir. I wanted to do this. The Lord's Mail will do that. And then I think maybe we escort Zelzaz to the Hammerfell Gate, just to see. In miscellaneous... Oh, the Giant Secundus Kiss. This is first. Right. Okay. We can do that. How's the weather here? Should be warm, right? Yeah. It's cool. Getting colder. Alright. And I believe, yeah, carry weight's nice and down. We're golden. We're good to go. Remuffle for the hell of it. 100 frames inside Whiterun. Fantastic. Will Run, welcome. Didn't see you. Yeah, I had a bit of a break. I don't know if you were in. I streamed last night for a bit. Obviously, if you're here asking now, I don't believe you were in last night. So I started a late stream. Wind had her hump day stream yesterday, which was, I was so happy to see that. I'm always happy when Wind streams Skyrim. That makes me happy. But I streamed afterwards because one, I built my new PC. It took me a while. I was, long story short, they are switching my medication. So, for those of you that deal with any type of mental disability or disorder, I suffer from panic attacks, high anxiety, and anything in that sort of field. I have severe OCD tendencies, but the main thing is the panic attacks, to which I've been on Xanax for about 20 years. And they are trying to, get me off it. So they tried a new medication. Well, not new medication, but new to me. Because it's supposed to, it's for that type of thing. My body did not have a good reaction to it, and I kind of stuck it out because they said it's going to take about a week to a week and a half for it to really start to work. The problem was it gave me stroke-like symptoms to the point where the doctor who prescribed it was so concerned, he said you should probably go to the hospital to get checked out just to make sure that you're not, in fact, going to have a stroke. Because that's what it was, and that's what it was like for about 5 days. But then it would wax and wane. It would, it would be less on one day, it'd be more on another day. So I'm like, all right, it's just my body adjusting to the medication. So I go to the hospital. They did some blood work, and they said, no, just discontinue use of it. Absolutely, your body's rejecting it. But you're going to need to go back on your normal medication. Because you're also going through withdrawal symptoms. So at the same time one thing was happening, my body was withdrawing from the medication that I was no longer on, and I was hospitalized. And then I came back, was it yesterday? The day before. The night before. I got it at night. So I had my PC basically built, but I wasn't able to do anything with it. So that's kind of the long and short of it. I was feeling better last night. I'm feeling a lot better today, thankfully. But that's why I was gone for about a week. Plus the break in streaming is nice. I gotta be honest, like I don't think I could ever just be the once a week streamer. I feel that the time and effort I put into the game, and for all the modding I do, for the mod making I do, it warrants being live well more often. So I'm going to continue with my normal schedule, probably some pop-ups. We're going to be looking at Mondays, Tuesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, and a day on the weekend, or 2 days on the weekend if I'm able to. I will try to avoid times where other people stream, if I can. For the most part, I do a pretty good job of that, I think. But nobody's perfect. Sometimes I go live at the same time somebody else goes live, and neither of us were planning on it, and it's just kind of the luck of the draw.
So many fucking adventures. Dude, let's go tag team some bitches. Eh? You want to go tag?
Snitch itchy.
Okay, let's go exploring some shit. That's the next best thing.
Appreciate the follow. Welcome in. And we got a dragon. Holy crap. Monica, welcome in. Will, I appreciate it. Yeah, it sucks, but it's okay now. I kind of dodged a bullet with that. I was really lucky. Licky, what's up? FB, how's it going? It's going well. We got a dragon. Oh my god, look what it is, Wind. Fucking forest dragon. It's only level 10 though. Actual forest dragon. Oh, hold on, I gotta save because I don't want this guy to go anywhere. Do I have my bone arrows on? Alright, let me see if I have poisons. I gotta have something for this bastard, right? Lingering health, yeah. Got him. He's weak, look at him. But that green mist, we all know about that. Yeah, he's almost dead. He's only level 10. Finally, another forest dragon after what, like 3 years? We finally meet the second one? Got him. Oh, he's gonna land. Where you going, dude? Nowhere. Oof. He's trying. The further away I am, the more damage I do. Epic. They're I love them. Look at they got the horns. That's how you can tell it's a forest dragon. They got the big horns on the head. Hold on. Just so people see. Yes, it is indeed an actual forest dragon. Too bad he was weak. We could take that. Armor rating. Oh, armor rating. That's actually a really good enchantment. We'll take that. Could probably put that on my my Cuirass for the time being. F5. Too bad it was only level 10. We are never, ever gonna see another level 75 forest dragon in one of my plays. Merrick had the luck of the draw with that dragon fight in Riften. I mean, it wasn't just the one dragon, it was the level 75 forest, it was a level 25 frost. He was only level 22 when the battle started. He wound up at level 26 when the battle ended. 3 in-game days later. Luck. Well, I wish I ran into them more often. They're challenging. I like the challenge. This guy wasn't a challenge. It was just nice nostalgia that he popped up. I'd rather them be higher level. It's just luck of the draw. Really. Let's see. What's handling him? Anything? Nah. Well, I guess that's our warm-up for the Giants, yeah? Man, I love this being over 80 frames constantly. In some places. I know there's like a silver vein around here. I think I passed it. Oh, here it is. Okay. We need the silver. Silver makes silver arrows, good for the undead. Just the one, right? Yep. Alright. So who sees me? Which dragon, or which giant is it? I think it, oh, it's the guy right in the front here. Alright. We can, let's finagle our way. We'll make some poison for this guy, too. He's not going to be able to see me from here. Alright. Let us... Oh, you're on the favorites here. Yeah. We'll do one of these bad boys.
Something's wrong here. You can't sneak up on me. Should we really be listening to giants? They aren't bothering anybody.
Sorry, Zal, I needed the level up. We could have convinced him to leave, but we're not nice. Giant berserker's head. He was a berserker. Okay. Got the toes. He had a werewolf pelt.
The hip. The Hajj motor locates its prey.
That was the wrong shout. Nice. Elder Giant Berserker. Alright. Hootie McOwlface, welcome in. It took 3 in-game days, yes. Wynn can attest to this. She was there for that fight. This was back in, when was Merrick's play win? 2021, right? Or was it late 2020 into 2021? It was during the pandemic. We were still all in lockdown here. And I created this character named Merrick. Merrick was a rogue and a scoundrel. And that was the name of the series. And it went 37 streams. He got to level 69 in my game doing a Lexi setup like this. He was a Sakuro vamp, an Imperial Sacrosanct Vampire. And I hadn't gone through the Blue Bloods quest at the time. I was going through it, but I didn't have the Daywalker perk. So when the dragons attacked Riften, it was 2 of them at the same time. They absolutely obliterated everything. There were no citizens alive. All the guards were dead. I had to resort, since my stats don't regen in the daylight as a vamp or a vamp lord, I had to resort to going inside the keep to regen, but that was taking too long. So then I eventually had to go around to all the guards without getting, breathed on with their fire and or with their frost and whatever the green breath is, green fire from the forest dragons. And pick it up. I had to pick up a hunting bow and get all of the steel and iron arrows that the dead guards had, and that's what eventually took him down. I literally gained 4 character levels in those 3 in-game days, and I had to wait it out because the battle kept going. They would not leave. So yeah, it was the most epic dragon battle in this game that I've ever seen. Out of anybody I've ever watched stream or put videos up of Skyrim. Now, I've seen more dragons in one battle, but it's usually where a person has a character that's like super OP and they're just, yeah, I'm going to take on like 5 dragons at once. But, they either lower the difficulty or they just have such like beastly stats that it's not going to matter. Or they just want to show off some combat stuff, which is, that's understandable. Yeah, with the 5-ish arrows everybody has. No, they had the full amount because I think at the time with the guide they weren't disabling the. Oh no, she was still disabling the NPCs use ammo. That was still active. But the guards died so fast to the forest dragon, they didn't even get a chance to get like 1 or 2 shots off. So I was able to collect enough arrows to take him down. Between going inside and using my hemomancy spells, because that's all I was able to use was my blood magic. It was just freaking epic. Wait until his brothers come looking for you. Yeah, you better not. Yeah, and then they couldn't land, so we had to go outside. That's just a glitch. You should never enable dragons in to be able to land in the cities. It sort of breaks them to the point where they're dead. They're flying dead, they're looking for a place to land so that they can die properly, but they can't find one because you've taken their markers away from them. They're not supposed to land in the city. They're supposed to land outside the city. So all I had to do to end the battle was walk outside of the main gate of Riften, and the dragon crashed there, and then of course it promptly died. It didn't do anything because it had been dead for like an hour real time. It was just flying overhead. I couldn't figure it out. I'm like, well, is he gonna land? Does he just have a sliver of health left? We couldn't tell. Yeah, and Merrick wasn't an archer. He used stealth and hemomancy. So, all right. Well, we got to go back to Preventus.
Did you know the Empire outlawed levitation? How utterly barbaric.
Is that a club that's buried? Ugh. They need a different texture for. You know what they need for that? They need Matthys. Mammoth cheese. That looks absolutely nasty. Borders look okay. Game looks great. Oh yeah, we got a level up. The hell am I doing? Let's get stamina to 200. That's usually where I keep it. I don't think we're gonna go much over 100 or 200. 2 perks. Resto's not quite there yet. Enchanting. I did say we were gonna do enchanting, didn't I? All right. Let me just look at everything else. That's smithing. One-handed's fine. Archery is fine, I believe. Long shot too, huh? 60% more damage. Oh, jeez, I really want this one. Focus on the prey. That is gonna take me to. Well, we'll take this when we get more closer to Lion's Arrow. And then I gotta figure out what spell I'm gonna hook up to that. I don't need more than one steady hand for the zoom. Any more than one is just ridiculous.
I suppose
you
some
don't need
kind
it.
of speech is in order.
Gaming Terry, welcome in, and appreciate the resub. Good afternoon to you as well. Welcome, welcome. Sneak is fine for now. It's getting up there. We got 1 in pickpocket. I could put a second, but I believe speech is just the one for right now. Illusion is almost at 40. Crap. Let's go enchanting. 40% stronger. Looks like we'll be making some gear fairly soon. Some tundra cotton for when we make our campfire. Could have sworn there was an animal down here. Usually is. The other thing too is we're eventually going to have to go to the college. It's inevitable. We have enough magic that we can, you know, obviously pass the test. See, that's something else I don't like too about this. When I do my setup, I don't have like the conflicting snow. Not that it's really a conflict, it's just yeah. Of course, I'm nitpicking here. I'm being picky. You really can't say much about how well it runs. I really haven't had any issues. I mean, there's little hiccups here and there. Of course, it's going to get updated. This was like a major update for the guide. So, when the first update for this version comes, everything will be smoothed out. Do we pick up anything that we can sell to Rasad?
Khajiit welcomes you, and also your coin.
Yeah, I think it was 2021. I'll have to go back and check my archives on YouTube. I know it was nuts.
Take a look.
So yeah, alright, we'll put this in the museum. Same with Ori's bow. These are just things we need. Champion's Cudgel. I could have sworn I had put that in. And then I guess maybe this... Yeah, see, this ebony blade's the one that goes on display. Boy, kind of makes me wonder if that's the one we're supposed to be using for the museum. It's not even the better of the one. This one's better. This one has some weird, like, silencing effect that I don't like. I don't know. We'll figure it out. It's not a major concern of mine. How am I on grand gems? We've got one in Azura. We've got one black. Do I have one grand? I have one grand. Okay, cool. Do you have any grand? Oh, you've got 5. And you've got 3. Oh. Hold on. Hold on.
May your road lead you to warm sands.
Thank you, Rasad.
Do you seek to make a purchase?
Yes. Oh, you know what you have? Hold on. I have the, let's see, we have 85-30. I have the potion of awesome speech. Or is it the Telvanni Bug Musk? So speech goes up by 40. This also counts towards your buying and selling prices. If you didn't know that. That's why if all you have the option for is, say, like an Amulet of Dibella, and you wish you had a Amulet of Zenithar, the Amulet of Dibella does the same thing. It gives you, what, by default, 15 points better to your speech. So consider that like 5% better value. Basically half of what the Amulet of Zenithar is. So it's better than nothing. Do you know what I mean? So what I do sometimes is I will take a Amulet of Zenithar, I will wear that, or a Necklace of Haggling or something like that. And then I'll throw one of the other ones on a backpack and just wear the backpack when I'm doing business. Usually I'll have like the Thieves Guild hood and, you know, Deceiver's Finery for clothing and Boots of the Swift Merchant for, you know, if I really want to get into like business gear. But we don't have that luxury yet. Okay.
I hope that you...
Yes.
The road makes this one weird. Take a look.
Alright, so you've got... See, I don't want to buy these. These, however... Actually... Well... You do have 3 of them. Alright. And I should buy 1. Alright. Let me sell you some things here. You can have the... Bones and Scales... Do I have anything else? We're gonna save that. Creep cluster solution. Blister word solution. I don't know where I keep getting these from. And really didn't think this out. I don't use scrolls. Okay. It is what it is.
May the sun keep you warm, even in this land of bitter cold.
Alright. Oh, that was our 200 save. Okay. Not bad. Well, we got mammoths to exterminate. And the further you are away, the more damage they'll do. I have to poison this. Yeah, still get all that extra damage it does. There's a grand gem. Just like that. Further you are away. What's that perk in archery? If you're playing a sneak, you almost absolutely need this. If you're running Ordinator. Long shot. And I'm only at the first rank. It's 40% more beyond 50 feet. Damage bonus increases as distance increases, so. I mean, they just get better. 3 crows, beyond 25 feet, 3 times in rapid succession, leaving health. Yeah, this is specific. Ambush Predator. And I don't think we really... Yeah, we didn't nerf the giants there, make them aggro to us. They're fighting something else. I don't know if we need that. We'll take the hide sections. I'd rather not get into a fight with the giants just yet, if I can help it. Let's get up here. Little bastard. Did it go over his head? What a waste. There's 2. Alright. Let's hide from the giants here. I'd rather not deal with them. We just need the mammoths. I have no idea where Zell is. Let me get him out. Gale, welcome in. Welcome, welcome. We're hunting. We're hunting mammoth. Let's let them go back to what they're doing. Come on, Eye, keep closing. Can't see us. Almost there. Yay. F5. Alright, hopefully they don't auto insta aggro on me. I think I'm the one that did stuff. No, it was that mud crab over there. Yeah, him and his buddies. Ah, shit. Yeah, they're aggroed on me. Well, fine, fuck him.
Guess it's all clear now.
Who is that? Attacking him with your book? That's insane. Looks like Zell's still up. Yeah, he's going to town on him, alright. Yo, fair enough, dude.
Your suffering is nearing its end.
I don't know why they had void salts. They had a lot of void salts. Alright, well we got our gems. What's that? Oh. Yeah, I'll be taking those dragon bone arrows. Those things are or bone arrows, I should say. Quite valuable. Is that a cat of the saber variety? No, it's a baby mammoth.
Yes, grant me strength.
Oh, that's loot.
That was just weird. Doesn't have anything. Okay. He had a really bad hitbox. Keyboarding is hard for Wade. They soak their toes in the void salts. I could see them doing that. They don't realize how good they have it. Giants. Come on. Really? Just a hair one way? Let's try this way. No. There we go. Bow of Silence, we have that. Alright, we can... Alright, we have shot. We don't need that. We'll take that and we'll sell that. Very good. Okay. So yeah, 200 stamina is not bad. We got all three of the mammoths, so that's what we came here for the gems. You gotta remember, he's not a good guy. He's an assassin. He's not gonna care if the giants of the mammoths live, even though, you know, if you leave them alone, they'll leave you alone for the most part, right? He'd Oh, and I even forgot to switch over. I had my amulet of my fall on. So I had my trading necklace on. I shouldn't
Need
have.
something?
Yes.
Take a look.
I'd like to sell you some wares. Fine, sir. My sir. We'll keep two. What do we pick up? Silence, we have this. It's a nice looking bow though. The Imperial bow. With the white. How about the Staff of Firebolts? Yeah, you want that? Making some of our money back. Yeah. That we need. Maybe all. Raw mammoth meat. Yeah, because that weighs a lot. That's freaking heavy. Sell 4 of them. And let's go get our reward.
May your road lead you to warm sands.
Warm sands, yes. Did it lock me? It's 60? Yeah, it did. That's odd. It's not supposed to be locked. I had this issue before. I don't know what was causing it. Something was causing my FPS to, I think when I transitioned between cells, to lock or become unlocked again. I made the absolute best coffee today. Normally I make it, it's just, you know, it's okay. Today's was really good. I don't know why. Let's go with it. You guys don't want to see the FPS meter. There's no need. Now I'm not sure if we can, let's just check. So the blades. Now I think we need ebony for both, obviously. Oh, Ori's bow takes a tusk. That'll help my smithing. Yeah, so see, this ebony blade here, we can. And it's only going to get up to 20, but we're going to need those 3 points. We do not have an ebony ingot. And I don't think I have anything I can break down for an ebony ingot. Let's see. We might. No, we don't. So these are the silver ores. We need them. Because they're going to make silver arrows. Those are for my undead. And the Twilight Princess Katana. We, let's break this down. Okay. Yeah, and she's not gonna have ebony. Okay. Up to see, Proventus. Good morning, Vixie. Welcome in. Alright. There's Lydia. Alright. Someone else is using this? Who the hell's here? Dude. Yo, there's nobody here. Alright, hold on. Let me make a save. Let me close out of the game. We'll go back into the game. I've never seen that. I have no idea what that was. Don't you love Skyrim? I absolutely love it. Crazy shit. It says somebody else is using this. There's nobody there. Farengar, I think, was sitting in the chair behind me. Or he was standing behind me. Or maybe he was sitting down at the table eating. Lydia was in the main hall. I believe Lucifer was also in the main hall. He doesn't come... he doesn't come any further. I've never seen that before. In all my time playing this game, that was definitely a first. Maybe it is the ghost of... I don't know. Somebody in the sewers? Maybe it's Mephala playing tricks on me for not using one version of the blade or the other. We will never know. I don't know anybody from New York, so I'm not answering your call. Okay. Is it... Okay, no, it's loading. I was gonna say, is it me or is it taking an awful long time for the game to load up? It's the normal amount of time for this many mods. Unfortunately, that's one thing that you can't speed up with a better PC is the game loading time.
Oh man, we are gonna get into so many fucking adventures, dude. Let's go tag team some bitches.
Kill ya.
Eh? You want to go tag? You didn't want to? Okay,
Appreciate the
let's go explore
follow.
some shit. That's the next best thing.
Welcome into the shadows, my friend. Welcome in. So let's see if it does it again. There we go. Beautiful. Let me turn off my FPS counter. Renabi, you're having all sorts of weird stuff going on in your game, buddy. Looks nice, but yeah, I don't know. Skyrim shenanigans. Alright, let's let some stuff load up here. So let's see, yeah, Farengar's over here. Right?
Come to Dragon's Reach to discuss the ongoing hostilities,
no, I haven't.
like the rest of the great warriors?
There we go. I don't know what that was all about, but yeah.
You're not much of a warrior, are you?
Shut up, Lydia.
We could remedy that at some point, if you'd like. It has me somewhat concerned.
Do I have any... Okay. So, I disenchanted a ring like this, so this is 15% more. Let's see if we can make it any better. If I use, say, I don't know, Azura Star for this, would be grand. Just fortify, what? Sneak attacks? 10. Alright, so our ring is 15, this one's 14, so we don't need that. How about the gold earrings? What can we put on the gold earrings? Archery is 11. Armor rating would be 47. That's actually pretty good. Health by 23. Illusion power. Illusion spells are 11% stronger. Useful. Magic by 23. Magic regen. We don't really need that. One-handed's 11. 14% extra damage with shouts. This is useful. I could do another 14% with my sneak attacks. Also useful. And then fire, frost, shock is 23.
The high-ranking members of House Tavani have a few ways of getting around. The most prominent one being teleportation. Some use levitation to get around instead. The lower classes, on the other hand, have to stick to the Silton River Striders.
So let's look at our gear. So health would be increased by 23. Now, do I have any potions of... Let me get off here. I may have some enchanting potions that we can use. Let's check that out. Go to the filter. Yes. I have one. So this will up my smithing skill for 15 points. Let me favorite that. And let's just double check what I want to put on. Alright, so I'm thinking for the armor, because we're going to try to do 5 things here, including my dagger. The armor's either going to be health, which is only 23, or armor rating itself, which is 47. I'm inclined to go with armor rating. Stamina would also be 23. Magic would be 13%. Restoration, 5%, and magic regen by 11. We could do that.
I think I'm wasting my time here in Skyrim. Maybe I should try traveling to the Imperial City.
Alright, So I'm thinking armor rank. So it's going to be like 47 or like maybe 48. Okay. Do we have something on the boots? Alright. The boots would get... I would have liked to have picked up the muffle or sneak enchant. We don't have that yet. Sneak is ideally what I'd like on there.
I saw that Jess in Solitude. She's scary.
Yeah, we really need the sneak enchant.
I think I'm wasting my time here in Skyrim. Maybe I should try traveling to the Imperial City.
Let's try the bracers. This is going to be one-handed. Yeah, it's 11% extra. And then the hood was going to be archery, which I believe is the same thing, 11%, right? So it'll be like 12%. And then for the Reinabi's dagger,
Skyrim for a reason. There has to be some clue here.
we were going to do Soul Trap, maybe? But put it to, what, 3 seconds? Yeah, 764 for 3 seconds. That's not bad. I could even do 4 seconds. Yeah, 4 seconds. 557 charges is a lot. Corrosive damage. What's this? Nothing. Out of curiosity, let's check fire. So,
The Dragonborn has to be here somewhere.
it's not that bad.
This is where they discovered the
Poison
Dragonborn.
damage. 2 poison damage per second for 15 seconds. Nope. Looks like Soul Trap. Alright. So let me just make another F5 save before I take the potion.
Skyrim for
And let's fortify enchanting. We're gonna make another set of gear. This is my very first set of enchanted. Actually, hold on. Before I do this,
has to be some
let's see. Farengar, do you have? I doubt you carry this.
Come to Dragon's Reach to discuss the ongoing... I had you figured for a mage.
A
I think
mage,
you'll
yes.
appreciate this.
I did want this, didn't I? Well, sneaking is more important. Oh, he's got some grand gems too. Alright. Let's go see if we can
You know,
find
if
the
you've got the aptitude, you should join the Mages College in Winterhold.
Mages College, Winterhold. Got it, got it. Time? Oh, they're busy. Alright, well,
Skyrim for a reason. There has to be some clue here.
we'll get a room for the night, I think. We'll chop some wood. We'll give it to actually, I think I have wood on me. We'll give it to Hulda. We'll get a room for free. I don't like paying for my room. I don't know what happened to my water skins. We're gonna have to get some more. It's weird how it works with Sunhelm. I much prefer I Need over Sunhelm. Just personal
Come on in.
preference.
We
Weird,
got warm
weird guy.
food, warm drinks, and warm beds.
Hi. Hulda.
I enjoy this work well enough, but I'm ready to
There's
retire.
plenty more with
I've
that.
been thinking of selling me
Just
into
give a holler.
Isolda. Anyway, what do you need?
Refill my water skins and bottles, please.
Of course.
Maybe they don't show up. Yeah, empty mead bottle. I have firewood for you.
Honest gold for honest work.
Yeah, we gave her 12. We're gonna have to make some more. Or chop some more.
Drink for the thirsty, food for the hungry.
Yeah, see, I don't have water skins. Neither does she. Okay. That's fine. I mean, we don't need it. We got our jug of water. We can always pick up some bottles of water. And serve me a full meal.
Of course.
So we're really only
Be
spending.
careful out there.
Like 20 septums. I did sort of tone down the
Nord
regular
diet
vision.
seems to only consist of bread and mead. That's all I ever see people eating here.
It's still bright, but it's not as bad as it was. Unfortunately, we can't really tweak it much more than that. It's still stealing, huh?
Sadia, dear?
Yes, Mum?
I'll be needing you to mop the place down extra night. Lots of space.
Oh, yes, Mum. I'll make sure it gets done.
Yeah, so we can go ahead and we could take all the wall baskets if there's any in here. That's up to Whiterun. I think there's, what, 2 more over here? Nope, none in there. The reason we're getting the room is, I want to check with Bellathor. See if he's open. Okay. Oh, it doesn't belong to me. Oh, I actually do have to purchase. Alright, so it gives ownership until you actually physically buy it. Alright. Can't get around that trick. Well, I just wasted all my,
Hello, friend.
well, I guess we need a room, Hulda.
Sure thing. It's yours for a day.
I don't need you to show me, don't worry, I know where it's at.
God's blessings on you.
But why drink something that is actively painful and then not remember a thing the next day?
All 13 septums. Maybe you turned them into jugs? I probably did. You're right, you're probably right. And we'll have her serve me another full meal.
How are we doing over here?
Wow, we are
you thirsty?
so
Hungry?
quick.
Oh?
I just go right off this.
Why, yes, Hulda. I'll have 4 bottles of wine with juniper berries, 7 bottles of Alto, and a venison with bitter green sauce.
Are you joking?
About wine? Never. In fact, forget the venison.
We need tomatoes, I think. Better than paying for it, right? Okay. So let's see here. Vegetable stew. We are limited by tomatoes, so I can make 3. And carrots. There we go. Alright, those will be our meals of choice for the time being. Hulda, you are going to serve me a full meal now. I know you like to drink early in the morning,
friend.
but...
Of course. Of course. God's blessings on you.
God's blessings on you. taking all your feathers. I know there's probably some upstairs. We can come back and do this later. It's not a big deal. Okay. What's up, Baba? Welcome in. And Dracon. Welcome in. Welcome in. Let's look who it is.
I've been looking for you. Got something I'm supposed to deliver.
I know what this is.
Your hands only. Let's see here. Got this from a pretty excited-looking dark elf in Raven Rock. Said it was important. I got it to as soon as I could. Looks like that's it. Gotta go.
Alright, letter 1 from Rallis.
Browsing, or were you looking for something particular?
Chops and steaks fit for a jarl.
I'm in the market for a new locket. Something in polished silver, maybe. Big enough to hold, say, a folded-up letter? Ah, I see. I think I know just what you need. I don't have anything like that here now, but my Yorland. He can make you one right quick. When I get home, I'll have him start on it right away. Come back to pick it up in, 3 days? Perfect, my dear. Absolutely perfect. I'll see you then.
The finest cuts, fresh from the wilds.
Bits and baubles for sale.
Mister, could you spare a coin?
Look how sad she looks.
Oh, thank you. Divine,
Soft
bless
gut.
your kind heart.
Yeah, we don't care why she's begging.
Chops and steaks fit for a jarl.
We just
Welcome
know
to
that she
Bellathor's
is.
General Goods. Welcome indeed.
Excuse me, Uthgerd. I don't know when he posted it up because I'm subbed to him, but for some reason I didn't see it.
I assure you, I'm prepared.
What's the set? My Northern Armor set that I brought over from Enderal got featured in one of Heavy Burns' showcase vids. And I was going through some stuff when I was uploading. Oh, I uploaded that Solstheim picture as a main menu wallpaper replacer. I did that last night before I went to sleep. And because at the request of Win, she thought it was that good. And I'm like, okay, if you guys want it, I'll put it up. So I was going through some of my other stuff real quick just to see if anybody had any, like, you know, videos or pictures. Because, you know, some of my mods, I have it enabled to where if somebody wants to take a screenshot, they can put it on my page. And then, of course, I have to approve it to let it go through. But then it shows up as, like, an additional picture. So I saw somebody did that, and they put a video up, and I'm like, alright, I couldn't really tell, so I opened it up, and it was from Heavy Burns, and then I'm looking through the timestamps, and sure enough, there's my armor set right there. And he's like, yeah, that was probably a couple of weeks ago, maybe a month or more. Probably when I just uploaded the armor. He's like, yeah, my favorite of the new armor sets, and it happened to be mine, so I'm like, oh, that's really fucking cool. So, I don't know why. I made my night.
Favorite customer. It is great to see you again.
Razarum, what up, dude? Played as a half dragon race, and I'm wanting to do a playthrough as D&D dragons with the elements. Interesting. What do you want, Bellathor?
Friend, I am in need of your assistance.
Oh boy.
Remember when I said if I had a sister, I'd sell her in a second?
Don't tell me.
Well, I did have a sister, and I am ashamed to say it, I did sell her. It was a mistake, and it was only supposed to be temporary. And now I'm starting to miss her. I know you are very capable and heroic, so will you find it in your heart to help a desperate brother reunite with his beloved sister?
So absolutely.
I mean, how could I say no to you, Bellathor? Honestly. After all these years, I mean, you're still a sleazeball, but I mean, you know, you're my favorite merchant.
Great! You should talk to Isolde first. That's whom I sold my sister to.
What? I haven't actually gone through this. Alright, hey. I just sitting there talking to the guy who might be future captain of the guards and somebody who aggroes on everybody for looking at them wrong. She's not even buying, she's just browsing.
I'd even buy one of your relatives if you're looking to sell.
So he comes back with that.
That's a little joke.
He comes back with that. Alright. Can I exchange coins for septums?
Of course.
Do I have any? Oh yeah, they don't give me much for these, do they? Yeah. Alright, what do you have for sale?
Oh, a bit of this and a bit of that.
Yeah, you heard right, Wind. You heard right. No, I want to look at his. Water breathing, we already have that. We have health. Yeah, we don't need these. Troll's Bane Light Mask. That's actually pretty good. Weight of 3. Armor rating by 28. Oh, I don't have a helmet on. Never mind. But it's got good warmth and coverage. Do you have calcinium? You do not. I believe that's the next thing we need. How about, water skins? You're all out, huh? Fair enough.
Do come back.
Alright. What do you say, Zell? F5, let's go. Yeah, I don't have my mask
I genuinely
on.
wonder who in the world would actually be interested in buying trinkets, let alone odds and ends.
Oh man. Yeah, see the ebony blade now has charges. Absorbs 30 points of health, but I mean, man, it's a thirsty blade. All right.
Please.
Let alone relatives, right? Blue could be water, gold could be fire, silver could be frost, metallic could be shock. Could be, yeah. Let's go see Adrienne. I want to see if she's got any,
Fair coin for a poor old beggar.
Oh, it's warm here, isn't it? Yeah, I'm warm. She may have what we're looking for.
Got some good pieces out here if you're looking to buy. More inside. Blades, helmets, pretty much anything to suit your needs.
So you say, huh? Nope. You do have calcinium. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna need...
Don't forget to check inside the shop if you need anything.
We're gonna need firewood for that.
You better give me 5 septums right now. I'm gonna bloody your nose.
No, please. I really don't have any money, Brave. I'll give you 10 septums tomorrow. Just don't hit me.
10 septums tomorrow, baby Battleborn. Or
Look at her wagging her head.
In your lip.
What a bitch. Let alone relatives. Love it. Alright, I guess we do one more chop. It's only gonna be one. I'm gonna grab some more coffee.
Like fish. I personally love fish. Some of my favorites include salmon, mackerel, and even anglerfish. Some types of anglerfish even taste like beef or lobster, which many are surprised to find out.
Beef or lobster? Sweeten it up a little bit here. We went with a sweet and light with the coffee today. With a hazelnut creamer. It's not bad. I go very light on the creamer. I like the to have just a hint of the flavoring, whatever I use. Tends to be on like the like a hazelnut or like a vanilla style. I cannot put chocolate flavored anything in my coffee. It just makes it taste like ass. But I love chocolate on its own. Actually, I like all kinds of chocolate on its own. Let's go arrows here. So, oops. All right. So, we can make 5 of them. We could make 1 of the silver. We're not using steel, but the dragon, so the bone. We would need strips and bone meal. I do not have bone meal, but I do have bone meal back at the safe house, as do leather strips, so it was good to pick up all those hawk feathers. We could always get firewood there too, so that's not a problem. I should be able to make 10 more batches of them. And they're the arrows that I'm going to be using for the duration. Now if I go all... is there anything? Let's see. Amethyst from a rough, sure. That does help. We can make some more earrings. So here's the question. Do we console in the sneaking enchant, or do we just chance we find it? I think we're well above the level to get muffled.
Take a good look around. I'm sure you'll find what you're looking for. If not, let me know. I might have it stored away.
Can I take that? Lime, emerald, wine glass? Oh. You don't seem to care. Hey, Elronder.
Hello, friend. In the market for some hunting supplies?
Depends. What do you have? I'm in the market.
Take a look.
Murdercrats. What up? Mantis, welcome in. Welcome in. We've got 46 of these bad boys. What's that gonna run? 552? No. We'll be able to make more. Not a big deal. Orcish bow of energy. Alright, we have the enchant. It's good to know he's got my bow. So I'm going to be running this silver bow probably the entire play, with the exception of Oriel's bow. Reason is, I want... Since he's going to be a sneak archer, the silver bow actually has a very low damage rating, but it is good against undead, combined with the silver arrows, which are also not top tier arrows. But I also use the silver bow against everything else. So as you can see, like a glass bow is already 32, not smithed. So it's already better than mine. If I wanted to, I could take this one, or even an elven's 25, right? But I don't like the look of the elven bow. I really don't like the look of this model glass bow. And even an orcish bow is 28. I like the orcish bows. I do like their vanilla look. Let's look under here. Yeah, he doesn't have any enchanted stuff either. It sucks. All right. Playthroughs, it's going, you know. Found a Wikipedia page that has different types of elements for dragons from various media, including D&D. So yeah, I've played as.
Thank you very much for your business.
I've played as like some of the half races. They're okay. I mean, you know, if you're having fun doing it and you're role playing, that's all that matters. Personally, I try to stick to the races that are in Elder Scrolls lore, even if they're not in Skyrim. So say like, you know, the Dwemer, the Snow Elves, the Maomar, the Akaviri, the Saishi, I forget how you pronounce that, the Slode, and there's others. I don't believe there's ever a dragon race, aside from the dragons themselves. There was no like man dragons. The closest would have been probably like some offshoot of the Argonians or the Saishi. They were lizard type folk, as far as I'm aware. I think. And then I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Oh, Yorland. I doubt he's gonna have this. I doubt he'll do business with this, but he won't make Skyforge stuff for us. Yeah, we haven't even been up here yet. Two discoveries for Eurovasker. I hate Atlas map markers. I cannot stand it. Too many fucking markers. You look like Conan again, huh?
My poor Fralia thinks Thorald's still alive, but I know better.
I can actually do that, Dracon. Port it over. I've ported it for myself. It works fine. After I've done it. If you want, I could try getting perms for it to officially do it.
Gods be praised.
Yeah, he doesn't usually carry enchanted stuff, does he? Nah. Yeah, he doesn't have any ebony either. Okay. I didn't think so.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, well, considering we don't have that stuff, let's go back up to the keep. And even without the, wow, we didn't even get the shrine. What else don't we have? That might have been it. Weird. Yeah, that's why I don't like Atlas Bet. You literally have to be right on top of something for it to register, and I hate that. Giant pet peeve of mine. Didn't realize just how good Skyforge steel is. Oh yeah. You could use Skyforge. Well, technically, you could use like a wooden sword throughout the whole game if you wanted, if you were smart about it. Even like the basic iron stuff. But yeah, Skyforge you could use end game. It's top tier. I believe it's on tier with like the blades stuff, like the armor and the weapons, and like the scimitars are the same thing. So, all right, let me drop a save here. So,
I've got nothing against sneaking around, as long as you
shut up, Lydia.
At some point.
All right, so let's see here. If I do the earrings, so we've got, let's see, 5. We've got 6, and I got 1, 2, 3, 4. The dagger is 5.
There's a lot of dark elves in Skyrim nowadays.
What would I put on the
The
necklace?
province is sparsely populated, so I don't take much issue with it. But some Nords do. Be careful.
What necklace do we have now? Hold on. She's just in there talking. All right, well, we're not doing that. Let's look at our regular gear. So I think on the
but
armor,
I still think you need my help with a few things.
it's going to be armor rating. Seems like it'd be the best thing to go with. I could go with health, but I don't like having my health numbers off, and AR itself is useful. For the boots, it was going to be sneak.
Damn it. Hold on. I think I have a pebble in my shoe.
It's a good skill to take up. There's always
There.
a good moment
All
between
better.
when a foe sees you
But I think
and
I'm
when
going
you're
to
close enough to hit you.
do resist frost. Frost or stamina? Probably. Oh, stamina. Stamina would be more useful, wouldn't it? Alright, we'll go stamina on the boots. And then,
You don't dabble in magic much, do you?
shut up, Lydia.
Can't say I blame you.
So the bracers
I
are
barely
one-handed,
trust any of it
the hood
myself.
is archery, and then this dagger is going to be soul trap, just in case. Alright, so let's back out. Let's take our potion of... Oops, it's in the favorites here. Fortify Enchanting. If I mess this up, I'll just reload the save. You could turn those off in the MCM. What can I turn off in the MCM wind? I missed. No, but you still have to. I don't mind them on the compass. I don't like the mod because I don't like how close you have to get. You can't turn that off in the MCM. That's built into the mod. You could turn off where the markers are on your compass, but you still have to get that close for things to like. So you still have to run up to somebody's door just to get the whole place to register. I don't like that. That's what I'm referring to. I really wish they kept the map markers with DLC and OCS or whatever it's called. That's the mod I wish they kept in, because there was nothing wrong with that. It didn't get some weird update for AE only. It was perfectly fine. Atlas, there's just too much shit. Like, you could literally walk into any city and gain a level just by discovering all the things. And it makes it really hard when you're trying to roleplay stuff. Because the temptation of getting that little bit of extra XP to level up is always there. It's not a bad mod, it's just one I don't like. And I never put in any of my own personal setups. I always use map markers with DLC and OCS. I don't mind getting the XP. I don't like the fact that you have to get so close to... It's not the XP, and it's not them on the compass. It's to discover something. Like, if I want to discover... Like, if I'm in Whiterun, I'm level, what, 23 right now? 24? I should have every place discovered. Like, we've been in the town. Same with, like, Raven Rock, right? Yeah, like, normally you'd go to Raven Rock, there's one thing. It's Raven Rock, and then there's the shrine outside town. No, but now you go to Raven Rock, and then they're like, you have to discover, like, each thing individually. I don't like that. I don't think it's a great mod. Normally I don't even know why they put it in this version, but it is what it is. I don't think it's in any of the merges. I mean, I could have swapped it out, but I didn't want to, you know, risk anything, so I left it. I've used it before myself. It's not like I've never used it before. I have. That's how I know I don't like it, because I used it, and I tried it, and I'm like, nope, never going in one of my own setups ever again. And a hydrate. Co-map, yeah. That's in here too. I have a saved copy of the one that was... it's now gone. You can't get it off of Nexus. Now it's all AE only. Or it's not compatible with, like, the newest version. So I got, what, like version 3.4.2, which is the last before they decided to pull it. I hate when authors do that shit. I really do. At least leave it up. You know what I mean? Or put it in, like, in old files. Or if you're going to archive it, archive it. Everybody can get archive files. It's easy. It's fucking simple. But don't just fucking yeet it off the page. There's nothing wrong with that version. Absolutely nothing wrong with the version. We've been using it for years. At least I have a copy of it. I know I'm never going to get fucked with it, so. I actually have both Atlas and Co-map, but I turn off a lot of Atlas's stuff. Yeah, I don't blame you either way. Atlas is a pain in the ass. Alright, let's get this doing. So, ready, and go.
She's scary.
So let's start with the armor. This is her star, it's going to be AR. Start with the bracers. One-handed. Yeah, see, it goes up to 13. The hood is archery. The boots are stamina. The dagger is soul trap, and the earrings
Maybe I should try traveling to the Imperial
are
or Morrowind.
magic. Do I want magic resist or do I want something else? We may as well have some magic resist. Perfect. Let's hope they don't take anything off. They shouldn't. No, they don't. Beautiful. So now here's all the things. The bow also has soul trap. You don't see it because it's got the undead effect on there, but it's the same as this, except for 3 seconds. That's perfect. So ebony blade, and then this one's soul traps. I should have looked into. You know, we'll get another dragon instinct dagger. These are easy to make, and we'll put fiery soul trap on it. I like that better. Does a little bit of fire damage, and it soul traps. Yeah, Co-Map is a solid mod. I just don't like what they did with the new version of it. They never should have. Alright. And I'm not going to enchant this cloak because I don't feel like I should. But yeah, we're good. So let's see what my total AR is now. 321, okay. And then of course if I were to take this armor, oh, so your armor rate is increased by 50. Stamina by 26. 13%, 13. Oh wow, that's even better than I thought. Yeah, AR up by 50. Look, if I take this off, yeah, we're down to 271. 321. That may be 371 if that's a passive. Let's see, so if I just put the armor on, 59. Yeah, with just the armor, it's 220. Look at that. Because the armor rating passive is 170. That's cool. Nice. Alright, we're good. Let's make a save. Alright, decent choice. Aside from the boots not having the sneak enchant, which I really wished I found at this point, but it is what it is. And of course he's got the earrings on, which I'm not too keen on, but you know. He's got his hood on most of the time. There we go. I don't mind it. There's no silver earrings in my game, so
There has to be some clue here.
we'll go with that. Crap, we didn't get the thing from Preventus, did we, while we're in there? Son of a bitch. I knew I was gonna forget something. Turn around, Zell, we're going back in. I mean, that was the whole reason we came back here. To get our reward. Our bounty. Alright, Preventus. Done you a great service.
I serve Jarl
Where's my reward?
Balgruuf as steward.
Sorry.
That went down the air hole rather than the food hole.
Do you hear him coughing? The giant Secundus Kiss is dead, and I'm here for the bounty.
Excellent. You've done us a great service. Here is your reward.
1,000 septims, hell yeah. Alright.
Enjoy your visit to
I
Dragon's
mean,
Reach.
we'll absolutely take that. Perfect. Okay, off to give the horn back to the Greybeards. Watch, like the first bandit we find is gonna have the sneak enchant on them. Or that fugitive is gonna come up to me and he's gonna hand me like iron boots of major sneaking. You know, because those are the boots that you'd put major sneaking on, iron. And then I'll be like, well shit, now we gotta go all the way back to Solstheim so I can craft this stuff, or I'll have to go all the way back to Solitude. Shame. Need to lay down, but I'm on mobile. Alright, yeah. Enjoy Win. Thank you for popping in. Strudel, good morning. I'm only partially here. Same guys before. Yeah. Same guy in the new machine. Raynabi. I didn't delete him. We're still going with this play for now. And of course, there's Sophia. As always. I don't know why she's
Was there something you wanted?
She's naked as always. I really can't stand Sophia. She's one I could always do without. I don't know why they haven't ripped her out. Apparently Lexi likes Sophia, but she doesn't like Vilja. Or Vilja.
The soldiers? From which side?
I can't make sense of that myself, but okay.
One or the other.
I just chalk it up to people like what they like. You would think that how, you know, moderately lore-friendly they stuck to things with this setup, that Sophia would have been like the last custom follower you'd add. She's like the most annoying. She's more OP than Inigo. I mean, she definitely needs rebalancing. And her dialogue gets old real quick. It's moderately amusing for a little while, but it gets really fucking old. Ah, that's just me. The biggest no sell for Sophia was how. Yeah, exactly. Same thing. She's really annoying. All right. So we could probably switch back over to these while we're hunting skeevies. No need to waste my dragon arrows on these bastards.
What should we have tonight? Mmm, porker. Ah, so delicious, I swear.
These we absolutely do.
Is someone there?
This'll be fun. Come on!
Made a terrible choice of victim.
Get him, Zell. Ooh, boy.
Just give up! Damn you! You puny weakling! I cannot best you!
Nice. Anything? No? Did you finish them off? Good job, Zell. What do we got here? Imperial. Sometimes they leave like one clothed. And you got this one here. Alright. Is that my arrow? I'll take that back, thank you. Okay. Carry on. Here's something fun. Zell and Lucifer have dialogue with each other. I liked, there was something off about Lucifer. Remember I used him the last time, and there was something about him that just broke him for me? And I can't remember what it was. I do appreciate Sophia's voice actor. I think she... Oh, yeah, like, the voicing was good. Just the actual dialogue as to like what she says was just kind of let's cater to every 13-year-old boy ever ish. And I'm sorry, I haven't been 13 in 30 years, so I get it. You know, the humor never really goes away. It's just it gets so repetitive that it's like, all right, we know. Innuendo. I mean, it's amusing if you pick her up after like a long time, but I mean, even still, I did that too, and it got to the point where I'm like, no, I can't. I don't like followers in the first place. Like, even having Zell with me, I don't really care for it. Reinabi here would be on his own. And I believe at some point he is going to be. Yeah, he had nothing else. Alright, let's take off the, we'll stick with these ancient Nord for, like, critters. Once I'm able to make some more bone arrows back at the safe house, we'll swap over.
Hold on. Something's up.
Is something up?
Did you hear that as well?
Yeah, probably a mage. That was a master necromancer. Seemed to do the job. I've noticed Ghost Walk's also a little quicker now.
May the hiss aid me.
Trying? There we go. Take them? Yep. Oh, there's somebody else. I didn't even realize. What did she have on her? Full set of Spellbinder Runic. This would make a nice trophy.
Chaos take you.
Chaos take you. Nordic Moonstone. Ooh, we could break that down. Man, these guys have a lot of good... What the hell? Alright, what just hit me? Was it really the skeleton?
Never should have come here.
I already heard you coming.
Two things.
Where are you? I knew I'd find you.
No, you didn't. Where am I, Necromage?
That's your best, huh?
Huh, you can't see me. You have no idea where I am. You're also dead.
Has been rooted out.
Ah, epic. Level up. I'll absolutely take that. Let's throw this last one into Magicka to get that to 180. About 180 is where we're gonna stop. One perk here. Early on, Lucifer had a combat CTD for me. That was a long time ago. I'm gonna be using Lucifer with my next character. Since I last used him, there's an option for him not to call. Oh, maybe that's what it was, Gale. I think, like, regardless of what you're doing, he just refers to you as Dragonborn, and I'm always a Dragonborn, but I don't think I was a Dragonborn at that point when I picked him up. Did you swap driving in the new machine. That's how we're back so fast? No, it's just the gear. So what happened was I picked up another NVMe. So I have 3 drives now. I've got the SSD, which is now my D drive. My D drive, that was the first SSD, which is my C drive, which has my OS on it. And then I've got one that is another NVMe drive, but it's completely blank. I don't have anything on it. It's formatted, but I don't have anything on it. But it's really all the gear. The upgraded CPU, motherboard, and graphics card all contribute to it running a little bit again. But if you didn't have EMB on, and say your machine was like bordering on like potato to a little bit better than a potato machine, or like saying you're playing on like an older laptop or something, as long as you're not running ENB and you don't have the ENB binaries on, Ghostwalk isn't a problem. You still have to deal with the distance issue. So the further away you go from when you first Ghostwalk to where you Ghostwalk back from, you still have to take that distance into consideration. It's just like, remember when Stu was using Jackson's Blink or the Sigic Teleport Blink? It's the same thing. It's, different mods, but they do the same thing. And like the further away he'd be, even without the ENB when he was first doing that series with like Shadeling, you'd notice there was a little bit of lag, or the screen would fade to black for a couple seconds. It's the same thing. Now, if he was running an ENB, Blink is like Ghostwalk. You're waiting. It's like going through a loading door. It's annoying. I'm wondering about the save. What do you mean about the save? And maybe I don't understand the question. No, I didn't do a whole setup. No, this is the same setup. Same game. Yep. Everything's the same. It's the same Renabi as before I went on my break. I guess you could say I didn't really go on a break, but same thing. Welcome in, Shadow Fox. How did I get it onto the new machine? They clone the drives. Just clone your drive and throw everything onto the new one. That's it. It's not hard to do. You have to know what you're doing. I wouldn't recommend doing it if you've never done it before. But it's pretty easy. Do we take Gem Dust or do we go Soul Siphon? Death blows with enchanted weapons to creatures trapped. The victim's soul recharging the weapon does not apply to staves. This could be useful considering the Ebony Blade is going to go through charges. Let me just see if there's something more useful for me. For right now. One-handed's fine. I kind of wanted to take another one in long shot. What do we have? Do we have Hunter? We have Hunter's Discipline, so we're gonna get arrows back from dead bodies. Okay. We have Quick Shot. We're not taking Focus on the Prey till we get near that. Snipe. Do we want to take Snipe? Shooting targets you haven't shot within 10 seconds inflicts a crit that deals 3 times, and any weapon enchantments applied are twice as effective. We're usually never within. This is for like being close up. Within 50 feet. Yeah, we're not going to be taking this tree. Thread the needle. Ignores armor if they're not moving. Well, almost everything's moving. So it's a toss-up between long shot. I could take backstab too, though, couldn't I? Because I'm always behind the target. 25% more damage and crit with daggers. Now I do use the one dagger, of course. The big one is Assassin's Blade. 1% per level of sneak. This is just going to go up. Man, that's a tough call. Tough call. Tough call. What's Illusion at? Oh, Illusion's going to hit 40. Hold on. Let's do this. Let's get this out of the way. While I'm thinking about it, right? speaking of Ghost Walk. I want to make my spells nice and quiet. Third era timeline. Oh, that was your question, Strudel? Yeah. So, like, what it is I cloned the drive, right, from my original SATA SSD. Now, granted, going from a hard disk, which, and I understand why some people still use hard disks. I don't recommend them at all in 2023 because a simple SATA SSD is a huge bump in performance from a hard disk, and you can get the same storage space, right? But I know you can get a mechanical drive that's got, say, like 10 terabytes for like $60. It's dirt cheap, but like if you use it for just like storage, not for your operating system, you're golden. If you have your operating system on like an NVMe, right? Everything is fast. Everything is fast. Doesn't matter like your processor. Like you may get bottlenecked by your CPU in some cases, but it's always better to have your main C drive as an NVMe or better. What's the other, like an M.2? If you can't get them, because they are the more expensive ones, but they're not much more, like maybe $10-20, which is nothing. Everybody's got an extra $10-20, right? And you know, if your main thing's only going to be your OS, get like a 250 gig or a 500 gig. They're the cheaper options. And then if your gaming stuff is all going to be on, say, like a D drive, go for at least a 2 terabyte, but still get an NVMe if you can afford it. If not, just get a regular SATA SSD. It's going to run just as well. But I do recommend going with like at least an NVMe for everything if you can afford it. Mechanical, for the only thing I would use a mechanical drive for today, considering like what all I do is gaming and modding, would be for literally like archiving stored mods. That's literally it. I would not use it for anything else. Nothing for my OS, nothing for my mod tools, nothing for any of my tools or programs or stuff like that. It would literally just be for storage, and that's all. There's just so many options out there anymore for people, which is fantastic. I've never been in a situation to clone a drive, so it's okay, yeah. I mean, the only way you would need to clone it is if like your current C drive is a mechanical hard drive. Or if you're like me and you had a SATA SSD and you want to move to an NVMe or better, that's when you would clone and then you would upgrade. I have mine installed in NVMe, but really, games you can't tell the difference from an SSD. From an SSD to an NVMe, yes, you absolutely can tell. I can tell. I'm doing it right here. I can absolutely tell the difference. There we go. Alright. I know, I said we were going to take this at 40. Kinda have to. F5. Alright. Zell. You know what, we're going to switch back to the bone stuff because I forgot that we took the perk to allow us to get our ship back. So what else was over here? Let's check this out. He was fighting some baddies around here too, wasn't he?
In Blackmarsh, one can use rootworms as a sort of underground express. They swallow you whole.
Gotta turn the damn backpack on. I was hoping to
and
avoid
burrow
that.
through the mud faster than you could walk on foot. Quite handy.
Oh, is there a, there's another section to this. Yeah, this is the one thing I'm also not too keen about with written stuff. There's stuff and it's cluttered like this. You know, this isn't a lot issue. This is the mod itself. I mean, it works, but I mean, it's just unsightly. And I'm picky about stuff, so I nitpick things. Perks of being the end user. You can nitpick whatever you like. These are expensive, and they're light too. Anything else over here? It's a good thing I came over. We could use all the bone meal we can take. Alright. They're all done. There is the amulet of the ritual. What's, we get the museum display of the ritual stone. I'm not going to take it, obviously. What do we have? We still have the shadow stone, don't we? We got 4 hours, 5 hours of arcade left. I'm pretty sure we have the shadow. Yeah, we do. Okay. Time to GTFO, right? As they say. As I say. The reason we're gonna stick with the bone arrows is because we get them back. Or we should. Come on. That's a devious looking blade. Look at that. Next we'll take what's it, Soul Siphon? Because this thing's got, look at the charge, even the stuff we went through. It's thirsty. Let's sell some of these Moonstone shields. I think there's a... No, you know what? This is the only camp that doesn't have a quartermaster. I'm gonna make a mod to put a quartermaster here. Yeah, they don't have one. Unless it's changed. Right? Yeah, see there's nobody here. They have a full setup, you know, aside from a tanning rack, but this guy is just a regular soldier.
Huh?
You're just a regular soldier.
If you know any true sons and daughters of Skyrim.
So are you.
I hate the waiting. Next Imperial I see is dead.
Yep, same with you. Nah, I don't want to steal from them. Nobody there. You're all sick. Yeah, there's no quartermaster here. Only one in the game, as far as I'm aware. Oh, it's all the way over there.
Great game out on the plains here. I'm surprised there aren't more farms though.
Alright, so let's get some stew in our system, yeah? Can you navigate, Magus? No, you cannot. And let me switch my... We'll go back to that. I do like having the 25% regen magic regen. Probably should have put that on my my earrings, but is what it is. There's a mod that does that called Skyrim Civil War Quartermasters. Like, does it just affect all of them, Gale? You gotta act as the quartermaster, it seems. Yeah. Yo, what up, Drasky? I've got all SSDs except for the external hard drive for basic back. Gotcha, gotcha. Yep. That's what that would be for. Moving from 1 terabyte Gen 3 NVMe to a 2 Gen 4. Yeah, you see, well, yeah, you'll notice a difference too, even doing that. And honestly, NVMe's are cheap. Like the 2 terabyte ones that I have. They're both the same thing. They're both Samsungs. I don't think I paid more than $60 for each one of them. So they're cheap. I don't know what like a 10 terabyte mechanical hard drive goes for these days. I can't imagine it'd be more than like 30 or 40 bucks. Maybe less, right? But I mean, that's obviously cheaper, but for the extra what, 20, 30 bucks? You get an NVMe? To me, that's a no-brainer. I don't know I'm sure there's some pre-built stuff that comes with a mechanical hard drive, although I wouldn't be buying them. And I'm sure as shit if I'm building my own, I wouldn't be buying one anyway. They're good for storage. I mean, but they take up so much space though, you know what I mean? Like, an NVMe is like smaller than my pinky. Mechanical drive, well, they're not that large. They still take up space. Now, this new case I have a shit ton of room, which is great. And I had a lot of room in my old case, but then I got the 3060, and you know, and then that was, you know, still had enough room. The airflow was still good. Still had a good amount of fans. It kept things cool, but it was too small, and you never want, like, what's it called, negative pressure inside the case. So say like I have 5 fans. I wouldn't want 2 intake fans and 3 exhaust fans. You'd want the opposite. You'd want 3 intake and 2 exhaust. I have more. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I have 12 here. So essentially there are 6 intake and 6 exhaust on this case. That includes my cooler as well. I hear a mage. Is this just a large battle? We're eventually going to need some Imperial stuff. Same with the Stormcloaks. Oh yeah, big battle. Hey, we need that. An Imperial Bandolier? Nah. Huh. Only 1 Stormcloak death, huh? But you don't see where they went to, which is kind of amusing. Oh, 2, I guess. So let's see, we're well beyond. Oh, they're going up that way. Okay. Look at that, 1 shot to a troll right in the back. That was dead on. Nice. I got 7. 2 of them are the giant fans. How large is
For a nasty surprise.
like what are like giant fans? You talking larger than 140 mil? I didn't change these because they all fit the case. So all mine are 120 mil, but they're all Corsair RGB. I am quite happy with Corsair's products. So yeah, we stuck with them. I'm not a fan of, you know, personally switching brands. I'll test stuff out, you know what I mean? Or if I have a friend that uses, like, you know, say X or Y component, I'll look at theirs to see what theirs does. You know what? I think we need the goat stuff. Huh, we haven't been over there yet, have we? I wonder if I can... I doubt it. It's called wishful thinking, Magus. Wishful thinking. I think they're 140, but not sure. They came with the case? Yeah, so like on my first build, my NZXTs, they came with 120 mil, but they were NZXT. Now they would have been decent, but I was going for I was going for RGB. So I bought the Corsair ones because they were worth it. And they had the lighting, of course. 6 apple dumplings? Alright, we'll take them, I guess. So when I bought this case here, this Corsair, we don't have the blessing anymore, do we? That went away. No, we still have 7 hours of Pilgrim of the Sky. I'm curious if you activate this again, does this truly activate? We'll find out. I'm not sure. It might not. The one thing I do like about this is how quickly you regenerate your stamina when you're not sprinting. It's pretty nice. Oh, you guys are all hanging out up here, huh? We'll try and get Pilgrim of the Sky. Oh, you know what I should be doing? I should be wolding all over the place. We should absolutely be using this. Give me a little bit of XP. Now these emblems all have a marker, which is nice. It's the one thing about Atlas I like. It shows all the emblems on the way up. Silver 4. Uncle Robert, what's up? Torber, welcome in. It's going well, going well. We're returning the horn. A troll of the frost variety. Let's go, buddy. Does he not see me? Come on down. Oh, we didn't even hit him with the dagger. Otherwise, we would have trapped his soul. Oh, no suitable soul gems. Never mind. I'm wrong. I'm the liar. I was trying to shout at him. Didn't want to work. What's the build this time around? He is Morag Tong. This is Reynabi Dren. Morag Tong. He's an assassin. He is a sneak archer, stealth archer. He dual wields. We just picked up the ebony blade. Actually, we got 2 of them. But yeah, and they're one-handed, so I chose the one-handed option because of course I did. Ebony blade should never have been two-handed. It's not a two-handed weapon, especially for somebody that's silent, secretive, etc. Why Bethesda ever made it a two-handed blade is beyond me. That was 5. That was 6. This is 7. I always miss this one. I run past it. Oh, they're 200 mil. Oh yeah, so they're larger. A lot larger. How many fans do you have, Razarm? Out of curiosity, how many are you able to fit in your case? I'm assuming your case is around the size of my new one, or larger. Because if I'm looking at them, 240 mil is pretty large. That's like the size of my radiator. Did I miss one? No, I didn't. This is 9. And then this is 10. I bet I did, but I bet you have to wait until the blessing's fully worn off, yeah? No, Pilgrim of the Sky added, okay. We've got another 24 real-life hours. Shouts are 25% more effective. Which means my whirlwind sprint is more effective.
When no one's calling you a milk.
Oh, you got 7 of them? God almighty, dude. How many for intake and how many for exhaust? And do you have room for anything else? In that case has to be fucking huge. My Arctis Freezer 280 mil. I forget what mine is. Mine's the H150i is what I have. It's not new, it's newer. It's a 200 and it might be a 280. Oh, I was gonna say, what the hell is that sticking out? That's his beard.
Ah, you've retrieved the horn of Jorgen Wimcon.
I have.
Well done. You have now passed all the
One
trials.
exhaust to...
Come with me. It
and
is
the other
time
one's...
for us to recognize you formally
oh, okay. Gotcha,
as
gotcha.
Dragonborn.
What do you think, Sel?
Hey.
Hey. Can you make me a potion?
Sure. What kind of potion do you need?
How about, Frost Shield?
You'll be a walking ice storm.
What does Frost Shield do? Resist 100% of frost for 60 seconds. For 60 seconds, opponents in melee range take 10 points of frost. Oh, so okay. So it negates frost damage to me. It's like Blizzard almost. And of course I need my backpacks, sadly.
Wealth beyond measure.
The final word of unrelenting force. Da, which means push. Da. With all 3 words together, this shout is much more powerful. Use it wisely. Master Wolfgar will now gift you with his knowledge of Da. You have completed your training, Dragonborn. We would speak to you. Stand between us and prepare yourself. Few can withstand the unbridled voice of the Greybeards, but you are ready.
Ingra crossis saran, strudul, hoth ibala, do, ran, now.
Dovahkiin, you have tasted the voice of the Greybeards and passed through unscathed. High Hrothgar is open to you. Sky, guard you.
Good amount of XP. So what was that ceremony all about? What were you shouting at me? Or were you shouting at me?
We spoke the traditional words of greeting to a dragonborn who has accepted
What's
our
up, Siren?
The same words were used to
welcome
greet the young
in
Talos when he came to High Hrothgar before he became the Emperor.
So yeah, Torber, he's you know a sneak assassin. He's actually got a contract on a man he's not met yet. So to kind of, I did like a really small write-up for his backstory. I had a very elaborate one. The problem is, and this is something I ran into the first time we went over to Solstheim, because we've been to Solstheim already. I had to go over there to get chitin plate so that I could actually improve my armor, because he's had his Morag Tong armor since the start of the game. It's an average set. I guess that's why I want to stay on par of like Elven. But I had no way of upgrading it because none of the vendors in Skyrim sell chitin. We tried looking for one in Solitude because somebody had mentioned that I think somebody in Solitude might sell one, but I couldn't find one. I looked around for, I don't know, what was it, like the better part of an hour? And then I'm like, nah, you know what, well, as part of his story, like he's already been on the island of Solstheim before. So there's a lot of, you know, NPCs over there that normally you would be like, oh, well, ask him this dialogue, or, you know, go into that. Whereas with Raynabe here, he would have been on the island already. He's probably really familiar with like Raven Rock and the island itself. Probably most of the locals that are there. So he does go back and forth between Skyrim and Solstheim regularly. Now, we've only been there once. Mainly for that reason. But I did take care of a couple things. Killed the Ash Guardian for Talvis. We did meet Neloth, but we didn't really have a chat with them. He would have known who Neloth was anyway, but he doesn't really have any dealings with him or anything like that. So there's a lot of quests I haven't done when I was over there. What level is your Greybeards? 150 for Arngeir.
I
the other ones are
sometimes
less, I
forget
think.
you are not versed in the dragon tongue as we are. This is a rough translation. Long has the storm crown languished, with no worthy brow to sit upon. By our breath we bestow it now to you, in the name of kind,
aren't they always the same?
in the name of shore, and in the name of Atmon.
No, and I think in the base game too, Strudel, they're at different levels. I think 90's the lowest, but I think Arngeir's the highest leveled. I believe he's always 150. I think Einarth is like 90. He may be the lowest. And then I think another one's like 101, might be like 130, or the other two are like the same, like 125, something like that. Yeah, the Greybeards aren't all 150. Arngeir's, he's the highest leveled in the game. I think next to... Is he the highest level? I mean, if you want to count the magic anomalies, technically the magic anomalies are the highest leveled things in the game, but I don't count them because they're dependent on your level. So they're not like a static level, they're always changing. And to be fair, magic anomalies are not hard to defeat. They're pretty fucking simple. Yeah, Arngir's, I think he's the most, maybe Karstag. I forget what level Karstag is. I know he's up there. Harkin, I believe, in my game, Harkin might be 100. Mirax probably, he's over 100. Or maybe Harkin's less and Mirax at 100. I could be wrong, I'm not really sure. Great Quarter Solstheim imports. Yes, yeah, but I wasn't going to add anything that wasn't already in here, is the thing. Jay, welcome in. What's up, Raiders? How's it hanging today? Yeah. Give you a big old shout out. We're just returning the horn to Arngir. We are playing Morag Tong Assassin, named Reynabi Dren.
You are East.
I'll show him to you as soon as we get out of the dialogue.
Dragon of the North. Hearken to it.
Welcome in, guys. Welcome in. So why are the shouts in the dragon language?
Dragons have always been able to shout. Language is intrinsic to their very being.
Jay, what were you doing in your Skyrim today? Modding, or were you playing? I took some time off. I was off for like a week until last night.
We're getting so many fucking adventures, dude. Let's go tag team some bitches, eh?
Yo.
You want to go tag? You don't want to? Okay, let's go exploring some shit. That's the next best thing.
I'm gonna butcher this. Alistosteles. Appreciate the follow. Welcome in. Welcome in. So yeah, well, I'm using a more informative console. He's not really white. It's how you figure out what mod's touching which when you're in console. You could do it in Xedit, which is way better. I mean, this gives you like a rough idea. Like if I wanted to click on him to see what mod touches what, he's being changed with my synthesis patch. And then you can go through like all of his stats. If you hit left control, it brings up more. It shows you like what's in his inventory, etc., etc. If you want to see like equipment, he's got his robes. If you want to see what spells he knows, there you go. It's quite handy.
There is no difference in the dragon tongue.
He might have ataxia. Could be.
Shouting comes as naturally to a dragon as breathing or speaking. In mythic times, when mortal
the Morag Tong is the original group of assassins. They're contracted from Morrowind.
For most people,
and then the Dark Brotherhood was basically a splinter group off them.
Simplest shout. But for
the
you,
two groups do not like each other.
Dragon speech is
I actually had an assassin from the
almost without effort.
I had an assassin from the Brotherhood come after me, so I'm not really sure what we're gonna do with this. Do we kill the Dark Brotherhood or do we join? Like joining them would make sense. But they did send a killer after me. And I'm not really. We haven't crossed that road yet. They've only sent one. So. We don't care about the Nords and the Way of the Voice or your Wind Call or anything like that. We don't really want to know about them. They can help me become powerful. That's really all that we care about. So we'd like to learn more.
You have learned so much already, Dragonborn. Growing your
oh yeah, more informative consoles. It's a must-have.
But there are many words of power in Skyrim,
especially for troubleshooting. That's literally what it's for.
Even from here, we can feel the Thum resonate from them. Finding these lost words would be a sufficient test to temper your abilities with experience. Ask when you are ready to search.
If you guys are curious as to what exactly they are, this will explain it better without me having to go into it. Give me one sec here. I'll paste this link in for the Morag Tong. You guys can check it out whenever you want to, if you want to. You don't have to. There you go. I always go by the UASP. The fandom site I feel is garbage because it just, first of all, you got to deal with all the fucking ads that pop up. That's annoying. And I've always gone by the UASP. It's just way better. Way better. More accurate as well, so it seems. Have you located any words of power?
We have felt the whisper of a word. Give me your map and I will show you where its echo can be found.
Elder's Blood Peak. Okay.
Sky, got you.
Now, I believe... Yeah, so here he is. We kind of just crafted the earrings for him, but yeah, he's got a full set of Morag Tong. And his Ashlander cloak, which of course I can take off. We just picked up the Ebony Blade, which is his one-handed weapon in the right, but he dual wields. He's got a dagger, and the dagger's got Soul Trap. So those are the effects. Of course, he's got a fur cloak. We have Frostfall going. That's what he looks like here. Improve close face helms. Guys should all be using that mod to be able to see their eyes. It makes all the helmets look better. Especially if you're a fan of the Dwemer. The Dwemer helmet's probably the most fugly looking helmet in the game. But with that mod alone and the fact that you can see the eyes, makes it bearable. So yeah, that's him. He's on the younger side. At least I tried to make him young. I tried to, make him be pompous and arrogant, and, but he's sneaky, so we'll we'll muffle. He doesn't use a lot of magic. He's just a little bit of illusion to muffle his steps, and then if I really need, we'll go invisible. So we'll ghost walk, and of course ghost walk. It gets broken with any other spell you cast. We don't do it often though. His main form of combat is archery. So he's got a basic silver bow, nothing fancy, and bow and arrows, because they do a pretty good amount of damage. Let's see here. Can I hold him in place to do that? No, he wants to turn around. But yeah, we can probably take some of the things in here, like these regen potions. The Greybeards now have some things that we can take. They have void salts we can take. I won't say no to that. Free void salts are free void salts. Here. Same with the salt. Alright, he's not an alchemist, so we use poisons we find if we need to. But I will take the soul gems. Can we break anything down? And that's what helps with my illusion and some magic regen.
Are you planning on enchanting something with frost resistance? Asking for a friend.
Asking for a friend. Did we do that with the boots? No, we did stamina. So yeah, we just enchanted his first set of gear with the Morag Tong. Take that. Even though I don't think we can really make use of it. Spirits, we have it. That's actually pretty good. Take that. They have 2 mantles here that you can take. Shock resistance, we have that. What else? What else? There should be a ring here. On that table to the end. There it is. Ring of the Voice. And Biography of the Wolf Queen. Yeah, we need that. Alright. Anything to get my speech up? Any more wood? Giggity. Ah! We're cucumbered. Full set of gray robes. They're not graybeard robes. Last time, alright. Let's get rid of some of this stuff.
I've yet to find an ingredient in Skyrim with levitation properties. It's almost as if Skyrim was not made for it.
Yeah, they just have regular gray robes. What's in there? More? Nothing. Alright. Alright, so come on. You got anything else? No? Needs? A little thirsty. Let's drop a save here. Let's get some food. The main poison I use is paralysis on Mercer, not too much else really. Yeah, now with this character I don't do any it's kind of a weak potion. We'll take the salt. And the leeks, we can make some more vegetable stew. So yeah, back down the mountain. Of course, we could drop zone. It's over here. Ask Isolde. Oh yeah, we didn't do that. Alright. Well, that's where we're heading. I guess towards Riverwood. So let's, this is gonna be dangerous.
Oh man, we are gonna get into so many fucking adventures.
We'll try it though.
Tag team some bitches. Eh? You wanna go tag? You didn't want to? Okay, let's go.
No face, no case gaming. Appreciate the follow. Welcome in. We'll try drop zoning. I'm gonna kill myself, aren't I? Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna kill ourselves. He does use healing. I don't want to have to go all the way down the mountain. We can do this, yeah? Yeah, you can see Bleak Falls from here. Check that out. Oh, this is such a bad idea. Yeah, let's go to the mountainside, right? Rocks will break your fall. Because of course they will. No, that was a just in case. There we go. And there's Riverwood. That's one way to get down off the mountain. Drop zone, more useful than Okado's recital. I think it is anyway. Okado's is great, but we all know how broken it is. Wouldn't it suck if I died like right here? Oh, my sneak got up to 70. I don't know how that happened. Yeah, we're on the backside of Riverwood. Alright. Geese. Alright, we want to sell some things. Maybe, see if we can wake up Luke in here. You out getting a drink? God damn it. Well, it's 11 p.m. Alright, well, we gotta talk to Ysolda anyway. We gotta go back to Whiterun. And let's get Zell with this, because you know he didn't make that trip. There he is. Yeah, you knew he wasn't gonna make it on his own. Funny side, so if you're looking for hawk feathers early on, there's a hawk in that nest right there. I believe that's the same hawk. You can shoot him, or you can, you know, use unrelenting force on them if you have, I think, the second word. If he's in there, he'll fall down and you'll get a couple feathers. Let's see where he lands. Oh, are you here? Anyway. No arrow back, okay. We're good. I still think I need to adjust the night vision. The predator vision's okay. I don't know. We're gaining souls, though. And no, he's not a vampire or a werewolf. I don't have any type of alternate form.
I've been looking for you.
What's up, Vander?
That's something I'm supposed to deliver. Your hands only.
Oh yeah?
Let's see here. There's a new museum opening up in Dawnstar.
Ooh.
The owner is asking me to hand out invitations to travelers. Looks like that's it. Gotta go.
Alright. That is absolutely something we're going to be doing. We may be going there now, actually. Get that started. Just read some things to get some stuff that I can ditch out of my inventory. Don't need that, don't need that. We'll sell that. There's the museum pamphlet. Museum of the Mythic Dawn, a history of the cult that toppled the Septim Dynasty. Instead of his very own home in the great capital of the Pale Dawn Star. Free and open to all citizens of Skyrim. So the Silas, huh? Oh, we didn't read Rallis's letter. I think we forgot about that. I hope this message finds you quickly, Rinabi. We've completed the initial excavation, but have run into some unexpected difficulties. Come as soon as you can, your partner Rallis. Okay. I mean, we did partner up with them. Was there anything else? I don't believe so. Okay. Thanks, Vander. Oh yeah, we kept Vander in. What's up, Bagelback? I finally am hungry. I have the ingredients to make food, but I'm lazy. Torn between cooking and ordering some cheap food. I always recommend making your own before ordering. I guess it would depend where you're ordering from. Hey, and the Khajiit are here still. So let's see if we can do business with them. Oh, they're sleeping. Okay. Let's put the amulet on the follow back on. You guys want to,
What in the...
Don't you hiss at me. What do you have for sale?
Take a look.
Yeah, you got anything good? Nah. Still the same old crap he had before. Poison resistance. I mean, that's not bad, but alright, let's sell off our... What did we pick up? Yeah, these Nordic Moonstone shields. I know you could break them down. I'd rather the money at this point. And the Spellbinder Runic we're absolutely going to keep. This was a nice trophy from that mage. Oh, the books. Yeah. These spell tomes, we're not going to use these because we don't use. We already have Ghost Walk, and we're not going to reanimate anything. Cooked mammoth steak. Yeah, we don't need 10 of these. Actually, I don't even think we need 5. Let's keep 2. Alright, I guess that's it. He's not gonna have anything. We're back up to 8,600 septums, so I'm good. Need to do some grocery shopping at some point. I moved recently and the fridge be kinda empty. Yeah, having it filled is a
May
good
your
thing,
road lead
for
you
sure.
to warm sands.
Yes, we do like worm sands. Alright. So where are we heading to? Let's see here, jobs. Yeah, we had to talk to Ysolda about Layla. Or what's her name? Layla. I think that's it. We'll go with it anyway. Wow, yeah, Mage Light is... Okay, it didn't stick. Okay, that was weird. It also was named properly. Ah, shit. Banditos I do not care about. No crashes, Rag. No crashes. We typically don't. If the mod check is you're asking, I don't have a list. So, it's a Lava's house. I am running a modified Lexi install. Let's see if she's even home. She should be. It's, I think, time for her to be sleeping. No answer, huh? Is that you creeping me out like that? Prepare to crash edition. No, that would be Ellie. Ellie's the crash edition. Or as I refer to it, garbage edition. You are home.
Keep your hands to your... Good to see you.
Yeah, we're friends. Belthor told me he sold you his sister?
Ah, yes. But that was quite a while ago. She's no longer working for me.
Which has layers of chitin plates on it. They sit cross-legged
inside
this robe while levitating, giving the illusion that they are some sort of floating creature.
Interesting. Well, where is she now?
I told her she should go see the world, try new things, explore new avenues of career growth, step outside of her comfort zone.
So you sold her too, huh?
Yes, to Madran, one of the Khajiit caravaneers,
God
for
damn it.
valuable business insight regarding the sleeping tree sap.
So Belthor told me he sold his sister Layla for money and has asked me to get her back. Belthor told me he sold her to Ysolda. Ysolda told me she sold her to Madran. Fair enough. Can I take that? Oh, we already have adventuring. Oh, we're friends. Do you have a wall basket? You do not. Your chest is empty. Well, she was home. He sold his look. He's scary. Bellathor's sister. Oh yeah. I bet sold again. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, we're gonna go. It's sold again. I need to get some of this weight off. Too many things. Staves. We could have sold them to them. Are they the caravan that's outside? No, they're not. Where are they? Riften? Markarth, huh? Oh, he's up in Solitude. Well, we gotta go to Solitude anyway. Watch me get there and then they're not there. I will be miffed. Let's throw our winter cloak on. Just in case. She sold what he sold to them. And then sold it back. Yeah. She was sold twice now. I guess the Whispers still want me to go kill that bandit. We've killed that bandit. They've repopulated. I really wish when you take them out that the guard would come and take it. I mean, it's in their backyard. Do you know what I mean? Oh my god. Look at this. Talk about a trophy. That's hysterical. How did it get up there? I have no idea. That's my story and I'm sticking with that. We have no idea how that mammoth got there.
Need a ride?
I do. Hire in your carriage.
Where do you want to go?
Classic Skyrim. Yup. Krokar, welcome in. Welcome in. Isolde has connections to the Skooma Black Market. Yes, she does. You're taking me to Hafengar.
Going straight through, or did you want to stop somewhere along
Nah,
the way?
no, right to Solitude.
Climb and back, and we'll be off.
Let's see, since it's nighttime, I don't think they travel at night. I think they travel in the daytime.
Solitude's famous for its Bard's College. Worth a visit if you've never been. Some of them can sing just as pretty as a lark.
Hopefully. Yeah, looks like he's here. Alright. We have a torch. Let's stick with Whirlwind Sprint. God. Navigate. There we go. Alright, that was severely delayed. Well, there's Madron. We'll read your book.
Khajiit is tired now.
Hey.
Go bother somebody else.
I got business with you. What do you have for sale? First of all.
Take a look.
We're looking for the sneak enchant. No. Oh, I need that. Not really. It's, I heard some thunder out here, guys, so you guys know how my connection is. So, just in case. We forgot to break that down. We don't need these staves. We don't use them. We're wearing our amulet of Mephala, so we're good. What else to get rid of? I think that's it. Okay. Isolde told me... Wow, hold on, let me fix that. Give me a second here.
Mayor.
Yeah, road leads to warm sands, my friend. Yeah. So on and so forth.
Would lead you to warm sand.
Alright.
I welcome you, friend.
Yeah.
How may I serve you?
Yeah, she told me that you sold... she sold you Bellathor's sister.
Khajiit traders. Perhaps they have something interesting in stock.
CFTO with this? Yes.
Not my problem.
How about you just tell me where she is now?
Don't hurt me. You win.
I
It
like
is
it.
all in this note.
Madron's sales contract? Alright, well let's just hang out by the fire here.
I need to ask you to stop.
Oh.
That shouting is making people
Yeah.
nervous.
Yeah, it won't happen again, I promise.
Good.
Yeah.
Glad we straightened that out.
I'm glad you did. Because that's why you get paid the big bucks there. Alright. Madron's sales contract. Search for Leela at Broken Ore Grotto. Don't we have another quest that's gonna take us there? Date 17th of last seed, 4/02/01. This sales contract, hereinafter referred to as the Agreement, is entered into between the Bandits of Broken Ore Grotto and Madron's Khajiit Caravan, collectively referred to as the Parties. Property details. Madron's Khajiit Caravan agrees to sell their housekeeper, Layla, to the Bandits of Broken Ore Grotto in exchange for the freedom of Madron's Khajiit Caravan, as previously agreed upon by both parties. Consideration. The Bandits of Broken Ore Grotto in consideration. You know, I'm not going to read this whole fucking thing. We have to go there. Purchase. I'm curious to see what they purchase her for. Delivery shall be transferred to the bandits. Blah blah blah. Blah. Caravan represents the lawful authority to sell her, that she is fit for employment as a housekeeper. The agreement constitutes the entire understanding between the parties and supersedes any prior discussions or agreements, whether written or oral. Okay, before we go off traipsing for her, we're saving. It's museum time. We haven't been back. Now we have access to the safe house. I want to get this Spellbinder runic onto a mannequin. It's weighing me down. Very organized bandits in Skyrim. Yeah, they are, aren't they? Here's the unique demented swallowtail that's unique to the Solitude area, it would seem. Is it the swallowtail? No, maybe it's not. See that as soon as I came in, 117 frames. Who would have thought 70 frames in Solitude? It's crazy. 80 frames in Solitude. Stunning. We're gonna use the backdoor key, secret passage to take us right in. No need to bother Orion. Don't need to wake him up. Alright. You with me, Zell? Alright, we got some stuff to do. Yeah, I can hear the thunder. Oh wow, it got dark outside. Holy shit. Okay. Let me make a save, because if it starts to lightning, I may need to call it. When we get these lightning storms up here, it gets bad. Let's put some of the pelts and stuff in here. I should have a lot of them. And some of the ingots. What did I say we needed? For the bone arrows. It was under dragon, wasn't it? Leather strips. We could do 10. Okay. We could do 10. Leather strips are over here. Let's get one more Well, we're gonna get more firewood, but yeah, those will give me 6 of them. How about Coldhaven? Game grinds to a slow slog. Nah, Coldhaven's usually good for me. It grinds to a slog if you add the upscaled textures, which honestly it doesn't need. It's so dark in there anyway that it doesn't really matter. Perfect. So we have a shit ton of bone arrows now. Look at this. Like I said, these are my main. Yeah, 697. Alright, so let's disenchant a couple of these things. I think I've got, what, 2 or 3? Maybe?
Solitude.
Just
home
this
of the
one.
nordliest Nords that have ever Norded.
The nordliest Nords that have ever Norded. Sel, do you have anything in mind?
I would like to. There is still much to do.
Ah, shit.
But I know you will be able to persevere against all the challenges that lie ahead.
Thank you.
The pleasure is all mine.
Trade with me.
What are we trading?
Wow, your voice just went weird. Alright, so he's got some dead wood. I'll give him the rest of my firewood. To hold on. Oh, and that's right, we can
Wealth beyond measure.
store this stuff too. I forgot I had dragon bones. Here comes the storm. I think that's everything. Alright, we're down. Yeah, we're under 300 carry weight, which is okay. It's not great. I have some things that we're gonna toss in the on display. Mainly, we made a copy of Ori's bow, even though I haven't picked up Ori in the game. I don't think I'm going to. Like I said, with this character, he wouldn't have followers. Even having Zell as a follower is sort of like a hindrance to him. So let me, we don't need the backpack on. Orion.
Ah, I'm glad you're here. I've come across a rare discovery indeed. I got
Skull
word of a
Crusher.
unique relic and was able to procure it from the seller. Use it if you wish, or place it on display.
Fair enough. We still have to...
You must be the benefactor of this collection.
Damn it, Avram.
Allow me to introduce myself. I am Avram Shazir. Orion hired me as the guard captain.
You got a nice line of stuff cooking in your area.
With
Yeah.
the collections growing so quickly,
It was like this
needed
yesterday, and
another
then
set of
nothing,
eyes
like
to
nothing came of
ensure
it.
it's all well protected.
It was actually really sunny
I
and
intend to also
warm
hire
and humid
additional
yesterday.
guards as the museum continues to grow. If you need anything, don't hesitate to ask.
Absolutely. Alright, I'm not going to ask him about that yet. We'll come back and
I'll
ask.
see you around.
Alright, so the Argonian Blade, we were going to use this, but... so Reynabi's dagger is actually the Dragon Sting dagger. And superior versus superior, obviously this one's better. This one goes on display then. Ori's bow, also on display. That we can sell, we've got a bunch of these. Champion's Cudgel can go on display. This Ebony Blade, I'm going to put on display. Skull Crusher we'll put on display. Rundy's Dagger, this is quest locked. Technically we could. The Zura's Star. I think we'll hold on to these for now. Amulet of the Ritual. Amulet of Zenith, we have one on display, okay. Greybeard's Mantle. We could put that upstairs, I think. Do you have anything else? Ring of the Voice? Yeah. How about books here? Books. You can go on display. That breeze feels really good. The Guardian. I said we were gonna read this too. Maybe later. Throw it in there. Anything else we have? Flawless amethyst. Emerald, lime emerald wine glass.
Oh man, we're
beacon.
gonna get into so many fucking adventures. Dude, let's go tag team some bitches. Eh? You wanna go tag? You didn't want to? Okay, let's go exploring some shit. That's the next best thing.
That was quick. So we only have 139. Monkey Angst. Appreciate the follow. Welcome in. Let's drop another save. Alright, so we're, what, 247? That's not bad. So, Broken Ore Grotto. Alright, we gotta go up there. And how tired are we? We may need a nap. Exhaustion's at 14. We may as well sleep while we're here. Alright. Yeah, we'll go back in and Skull Crusher. Alright, we'll talk later, Avram. And I didn't notice this until after the stream yesterday, guys. You pushed me over 1,500 followers. So the support is absolutely much appreciated. This is all the stuff we put in there. There's my water skins. I accidentally tried to sell them. Yeah, these are things we either enchanted, stuff we don't need. We could probably sell the gems. See how there's like blades of Debella here? Stuff like that, jugs of water. Yeah, stuff we don't need. Another blade of Debella, iron arrow. So yeah. Ooh. Did my game just freeze? I think our power went out. Hold on. No. It froze crash. Hold on a second. That was a first. I don't think I've ever gotten a freeze with a log here. Bone arrow. DMB Ori patch. But we've been using the bone arrows the whole time. With no issue. You know what we're going to do? We're going to just delete this and ignore it. And we're going to reload. I think I saved somewhere inside the museum, I hope. I thought the power went out because it just kind of froze. So let me see, did I miss anybody? I don't believe so. Okay. Yeah, we'll just wait for it to load back up. And that's like our first real... Well, we had the very first stream. Remember we went into like third person? And we fired an arrow and it sort of froze? You have to remember, for how many things we found in this particular set, considering this is the audit build, right? This is going to get an update probably next month. And then things will be smoothed out. So this is sort of like a very rough initial version. So to have like really not that many issues isn't all that bad. The landscape stuff is, yeah, that's what bothers me the most. And that's the new landscape and water fixes update. The downside is, unless you know where to go, you can't get the old versions because they took the file tabs away and you can't get archives. And there's no old files section, so you're stuck with what they got. My advice is don't use it. Just don't use it. You don't really need it. I've taken it out of my own personal setup. It's one less thing that I have to worry about. I don't think it... Yeah, see? Alright, let's... What do I have in my inventory? Alright. Let's drop another save here. Alright. So we want to put what on display? I think we're good. Did it actually save? Hold on a second. That can't be right, right? We were going through our books, weren't we? So it took everything? Oh, okay. Alright. Yeah, we got to this. It finished. Okay. Yeah, we were gonna go to sleep. Into the safe house. That was weird. Stream chose now to show me an ad. What mod are we talking about? Landscape and water fixes. The new version's just kind of fucked. For me and for a lot of other people, it's causing way too many issues than what it's supposed to do. Now, I have backups of the old copies. Yeah, we were here. We were at our sell pile. Yeah, because remember we took the water skins? Alright, so... We don't need 2 Fort Frostmouth keys. We're never going to use this. It doesn't weigh much, but... Okay. We were going to get some sleep. Let's throw our ingredients here. We'll store them. For the ones that I do have. We'll keep half the garlic. And I think we'll keep some of our salt. Yeah, we'll keep the salt. Keep the snowberries. Alright, so we're at 226. We're down in carry weight. This is nice. I like that. Yeah, I like that a lot. Get some rest here. Shut that door. Are we well rested? Yeah? Alright. The Dr. Donna, welcome in. Ads. I lurk. Yeah, enjoy your lurk. Lurkers are always welcome. We don't mind. Alright, so it's off to Broken Ore. We're doing Belethur's Sister's Quest. I have yet to do it. I heard some people had some issues with it. Maybe they got sorted out. I checked it when it initially came out, but then from there, I didn't really bother. So, and we'll take the shortcut.
A method to your madness, and your madness is the method, and the melody.
And the melody. And let's also swap our
I'm bored. Let's play a game.
We've already got a 50% magic regen, which is, I think, enough for us. Ah, come here. Yeah, those demented swallowtails are nice. We'll put them in our display. If we can. Yeah, Broken Ore is up to the north. It's usually pretty cold up this way. Man, I will say, it's not raining here, but it got dark, and it cooled things off a lot. Ah, shit. Who do they want me to murder? Alright, well, we can't be bothered with that. Rogard?
Need something?
I'm not giving you any leaks.
Mm-hmm.
Your potato plants are... Wow. I mean, they survived. That's just weird. What are you from? Solitude Docks, huh? Alchemy shop. Seaside farm. Yeah, see? I don't like the Solitude Docks. I'm not a fan. I never was. Anyway. Just me being nitpicky. Ooh, there we go, thunder. I don't know if you guys can hear that through the microphone. Alright, we'll get the warm cloak. I don't know how cold it is here. I'm warm. Air's cool. Okay. So let's see. Are we going down by the coast? We could. Yeah, if we go down by the coast and wrap around, should be the best bet. Alright, so let's remuffle ourselves. Get the bow out. Yeah, we don't want these ancient Nord arrows. We want the good stuff. Give me those bone arrows. Look at the ancient slaughterfish. Look at the size of those things. Alright. I guess we'll get the lighthouse on the map here. This is always a nice landmark to have. And we could probably harvest some wood. Any others? Huskies that will probably attack me on sight. I hear it! The phantasmal chest! Ah, son of a bitch. Dude, I tell ya, every single game I get the phantasmal chest.
Never a dull moment.
So
let's see if we can find this bad boy.
Oh man, we are gonna get this.
It's on top of the lighthouse. How much you want to bet?
Let's go tag team some bitches. Eh? You wanna go tag?
Yo.
Okay, let's go exploring some shit. That's the next best thing.
Alder. Appreciate the follow. Welcome in. It's not here. Damn it. Last time it was up here. Ah, they're Great Fairy. Can we see it from here?
Quite the view up here. The view is to an icy wasteland, but a nice view nonetheless.
It's around here. Cannot believe I got it again. This is amazing. And you know my rule. All the goodies in the Phantasmal chest are free game, because it's not every game that you find something like that. Is it over there? We aren't sure. But we know it's here somewhere. Alright, I think we're getting away from it. I don't know, I can still hear it. This is brine water. Poor puppies. Yeah, I mean, they attacked me. So it's kind of a them problem. Yeah, there's one there. I still hear it. Wow, this has a large radius. Could be anywhere. Oh, of course it's getting foggy out. 'Cause why wouldn't it, right? I still hear it. Need to drop off. My eyes making me. All right, yeah, Strudel. Enjoy. Appreciate you being here. What kind of stuff can be in the chest? I believe it's leveled. But you got gold, you got gems, you got just a bunch of stuff. You'll see it on the. Well, you won't see it on the map, but you'll see it. It'll be purple. You can't miss it once you see it. It can't be missed. It's just a matter of finding out where exactly it is. Now, the last time we checked it, it was on top of the lighthouse. But it's not there now.
Why? Why?
Oh yeah?
Your life is forfeit.
bandit. Nothing we couldn't handle.
Nope, nothing we couldn't handle. But where is the question? Maybe I missed it. I don't know. Huh. Is it around the side? No. Alright, so let's check up by... Let's check in here again. This takes me inside the lighthouse, right?
I don't get people's love for sweet rolls. It's just dry bread with some sugary glaze on top.
Weird. It's too foggy out. You should be able to see it from here. It's weird. It's like, I can't believe I found it again, but somebody get raised? Weird. I wonder if it's on their boat. I think we were over this way already. Right? Yeah, up here. It's usually on a spot where you can't miss it. Well, we may as well check their boat since it's still making the sound. I doubt it, but we're finding all these, like, nice things, like the ferries and whatnot. Is there a chest around here too? No. Alright. Not on the boat. It's never underwater as far as I'm aware. So it's still ringing, okay. It's gotta be up in these mountains somewhere. See how far back. So here's the little border gate, right? What about this mountain? You guys don't have it, do you? No, I wouldn't think so. Alright, fair enough. I still hear it. That's crazy. Ah, shit. Alright, now I don't hear it. Alright, so it's not over here. And it's all of a sudden sunny here. That's wonderful. So when you hear that little trilling sound, that's what it is. Alright, so it's starting right around here. And it's more pronounced over here. Still ringing. Okay. Let's see when it stops again. So, okay, right here it stops. So it's out towards the... Yeah, it's in there somewhere. Alright, we're gonna have to, Yep, there it is again. Okay, so it just started. I don't know where else he could have possibly put it. You'd think you'd be able to see it from all the way up here, right? Not the case. I'm looking for a semi-transparent chest. No? About up here. I'm intent on finding this. I still hear it. Not out here. I'm curious. I wonder if there's known locations of this thing. Yep, still hear it. It doesn't seem as loud up here, though. So hard to tell. Yeah, this is where the bristleback was. Okay. So let's backtrack. Alright, it's louder now. God, this thing's gonna have me running through hoops, isn't it? Comfortable. I don't want to go in there. You know what's gonna suck? We're probably gonna have to sleep. And try and find it in the morning. Yeah, sounds like it's right up here. But not. I wonder if it's got a heat signature. Is this cheating if we do this? I don't think it does. You never know, though, right? It's gonna absolutely drive me nuts. Yeah, most of the time it's in the lighthouse. I found it up there quite a few times. Alright, let's go up into these mountains here. Ah, come on. You gonna let me up? Alright, I can hear it nice and loud up here. Can't see shit though. Isn't it amazing something as small as that? It literally sounds like it's right by me. Nope. Is that cell? Yeah. I don't know, guys. I was hoping... Well, let's keep going up this way, I guess.